You ready to have your mind blown?
Yeah.
Ring. Finger.
Ah, green! Wow.
I know, right?
There's no way to sugarcoat it. This is absolutely terrible. From Ryan Reynolds' miscasting as Hal Jordan to the weirdly plastic CGI to the horrible suit design, this project misjudged just about everything concerning the Man Without Fear. But here's the thing, this isn't the only time the designated lantern of Section 2814 was brought into another medium, and they pretty much all struggled to take off. So why is it so hard to get Green Lantern right?
I know what it's like. To not live up to expectations, to feel like nothing that you do will ever be good enough.
The concept of Green Lantern first appeared in All-American Comics number 16. In this version, the public was introduced to a superhero whose powers come from a mystical green ring that can only be replenished by a glowing lantern. Named Alan Scott, this character can use his magical ring to conjure objects made out of green light, and he also has a weakness toward wooden objects. He's much more of an urban crime fighter by way of an ancient wizard than the character would eventually evolve into.
What's this do?
Huh?
No buttons. I assume it works off concentration.
How'd you do that?
You weren't concentrating.
This is the Green Lantern we all know and love. The Silver Age version was distinctly more of a space race policeman than magic user. Sure, he still had the ring that could make objects out of green light, but he was now just one member of a vast network of guardians calling themselves the Green Lantern Corps. Humans, aliens, and everything in between were conscripted into this new fighting force that would utilize willpower to protect the cosmos. There's multiple versions of the Green Lantern identity right out of the gate, but when it comes time to adapt them, which version are you choosing? Are you going to adapt Hal Jordan and his more conservative codec rhetoric, Guy Gardner and his anger and rage, Kyle Rayner and his artistic imagination, or Jon Stewart and his attitude of a Marine but perspective of an architect? How you approach this choice is going to be the defining factor for both fans and casual viewers.
As I was saying, Green Lantern can do anything.
Except shut up, apparently.
The first time Green Lantern appeared on screen in live action was during the made-for-TV one-hour special Legends of the Superheroes, which aired on CBS in 1979. His appearance here is a footnote at best. Not exactly the most auspicious debut.
Get out of here! Who needs ya, traitor? Turncoat!
Despite a few animated appearances, the character wouldn't appear in live action again until 1997, where the Guy Gardner version of Green Lantern would pop into the backdoor pilot and made-for-TV movie Justice League of America. Tragically, it's just bad.
Dr. Reno, the weather manipulator.
Why should I give it to you? It's not bad.
Guy doesn't really have anything to do. God forbid they actually try and build a character for him. You can feel they're much more concerned with how expensive his power ring is going to be to use.
See, now you seem like a nice guy. Now why can't I meet somebody like you?
Oh, sure you could.
After this, the next major development for Green Lantern fans was when Jack Black publicly signed on to a comedy take of the character that was being prepped in 2004. The fans didn't take that well and were very vocal in their disapproval for the project, and as such, it was shelved indefinitely. It really did seem like there was never going to be a Green Lantern movie. We'll quickly mention the Alan Scott version of the character that appeared in Smallville in a very minor cameo. He appears in a non-speaking role in the episode Absolute Power, where Clark meets Hawkman, Stargirl, and Dr. Fate. It's really just a fun nod to the fans, really.
To master the ring, you must learn to focus your will and create what you see in your mind. The ring's limits are only what you can imagine.
In the wake of 2008's Iron Man, a renewed interest in superhero adaptations took hold, and DC was trying to come up with their way of launching an interconnected superhero universe. So in 2011, they decided they would bet big on Green Lantern. He would launch their new universe. Clark Kent would cameo, and Ryan Reynolds would star as a very jokey version of, you guessed it, the character that shouldn't be jokey at all.
I, Hal Jordan, do solemnly swear to pledge allegiance to a lantern.
Tragically, the only thing this movie blew away was everyone's good taste. Reynolds feels completely miscast in the role. The CGI is awful. The decision to make a digital suit inarguably sank the film. The choice to make a digital mask, even worse.
What the hell is with that mask?
came with the outfit.
In some ways, this movie feels like what the development execs who have kept trying to steer the property into a comedy have been worried about. A self-conscious, bloated action spectacle where nothing has stakes or any type of emotional depth. It feels cartoony in the worst possible way. The root cause of this issue is probably DC and Warner's looking at the recent success of Iron Man and thinking, oh, it's a serious movie with jokes, and trying to copy that formula. That's why they went with Reynolds. Only this guy is not Robert Downey Jr. He can't hold both of those tones at the same time. He's just there, failing at the straight stuff and not being able to be as comedic in the funny moments. So everything feels like a half measure.
Pilot. He wore a uniform. I think he was a soldier. Gave me this. He proposed.
Ultimately, they decided not to launch the interconnected DC universe with this movie. They cut Clark Kent's cameo and instead added a stinger in the credits to set up Sinestro and the eventual Sinestro Corps War that a sequel would have chronicled. Needless to say, that didn't happen. Too bad. In one context, this was the character's one and only big shot. This was his big debut moment, and it kinda got screwed up. He wasn't going to get another chance at becoming a household name after the box office disappointment and the critical drubbing the film received.
The ring chose me. They said it was a great honor, responsibility.
Maybe on their planet, responsibility just means
Let's hope so.
However, what did come out of this whole process was maybe the best Green Lantern project released to date. Green Lantern, the animated series.
Carol is not going to be happy.
Lasting one season of 26 episodes, this show was obviously created as a marketing effort to promote the Reynolds movie, in the same way that Batman the Animated Series was made to coincide with the release of Batman Returns. But the thing that Green Lantern the Animated Series understands that the movie doesn't is that Hal isn't a funny character. He's the straight man that operates as the grounding element for how weird the universe at hand truly is.
We can argue about my conduct later, but right now, somewhere out there's a dead Green Lantern.
Those 26 episodes are like 3 seasons worth of story. We get exciting cameos from the other Lantern Corps members, fully fleshed out backstories for multiple alien Green Lanterns, and a vibe that's just a lot closer to the old comics. It's a home run. Tragically, it's not viewed that way. Is this because it's a CGI show? Or is it just the fact that the Reynolds movie was so bad that this show never got the oxygen it needed to really succeed? It's really anyone's guess.
Maybe we'll be back in time for your date with Carol after all.
Now, dinner will have to wait. We're here now. We fight them. We stop them.
There's been some fun Lantern cameos in various DC movies since, some pretty good animated films, and even some good video game appearances. But overall, Green Lantern has never really gotten his due. The tone, the selection of character, and the aesthetics of the world have just been too difficult to crack for the creatives involved.
Come on, bro, don't be such a wuss.
Soon, we'll have the new prestige HBO show, Lanterns, which appears to be hard-traveling heroes by way of True Detective. And it sure does look grounded.
It's the greatest weapon in the universe. When and if to use it, that's the whole ball game, Junior.
That's obviously a reaction to the over-the-top nature of these characters. It makes sense that they try that approach, but it just doesn't sit right.
Did you just use that ring to counterfeit money?
No. No one wants that. We want Green Lantern. And doing a detective story where everyone is covered in dust and grime as a way of emotionally grounding the idea of space cops with magic rings just seems like the same second guessing and lack of belief in the concept that we've been tolerating this whole time.
I've been doing this since you were a baby. And the only way you're gonna get this ring is over my dead body.
The mythology that's sprung up around the Green Lantern is about human will, quite literally.
What's with all the green?
Green is the color of will. The Guardians harnessed will because it's the strongest source of energy in the universe.
It's about how we must come together to help each other in our hour of need. It's also about punching aliens in the face with a green cartoon fist. If you can't see the dichotomy and the fun in those two ideals, maybe you shouldn't be making a Green Lantern project. You should be making something else.
Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
Who knows, maybe Lanterns will be great. Maybe we'll see a new Lantern animated show that will blow everyone away. Or maybe Green Lantern is something that's tone is so difficult to express, it's perfect for the comic book page. And that's where he needs to stay. And well, that's all we have for this episode. What do you think? Will Lanterns be good? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos just like this.